Let's bring in now NBC's Brian Cheung, who covers business and data. And Brian, before a shutdown even happens, we are already seeing the economic impact with that outlook change by Moody's. What kind of a ripple effect might we see?
Yeah, well, one response to that might be, well, could that increase borrowing costs? Because if there is a concern from the credit ratings agencies, the experts, that maybe the United States government isn't going to be as capable as it once was of paying its bills on time and in full, that can make the borrowing costs of issuing those so-called U.S. treasuries more expensive. Now, you mentioned what the White House had said in response, and yes, we've heard the political rhetoric from the White House pointing the finger at the GOP because they've been the ones that have been having issues of avoiding this government shutdown. But we're also hearing from the Treasury, with the Deputy Secretary saying that, quote, the American economy remains strong and Treasury securities are the world's preeminent safe and liquid assets. So they hope that maybe this will just be a blip. Again, just to reiterate, Moody's did not downgrade the United States. They still have the perfect AAA rating on them, but they have a negative outlook, which suggests maybe in the future they could.
And a credit downgrade would be only one part of the economic impact, right? Where else will Americans see the economic impact if we go down into the shutdown? And no, this is not a repeat of your DVR stuck in repeat mode.
Yeah, let's talk about exactly what happened in 2019 when we talk about what happened to the economy. 300,000 federal employees were furloughed at the time if they were deemed not necessary. Now, even those that were deemed essential to the government had to go to work without paychecks on the promise that we'll get you once we get out to the other side and the government reopens. But for that reason, even essential services at the TSA and the IRS, for example, you had some workers say, if I'm not going to get paid, then I'm not going to show up in the first place. And that could lead to big paralysis at the major airports around the country. It only takes a few air traffic controllers to leave the job to really bring things to a standstill. Now, when it comes to the numbers of the 2019 shutdown, we saw $11 billion lost, $3 billion of which the Congressional Budget Office says was lost permanently. But for what it's worth, it might not do that much damage to your 401k if we go into one, because markets, Tom, over that period went up 10% in 2019. So a lot to digest there.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.